a second?
Second.
Second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion carries. So we are back in open session now. We are going to start with the pledge, and I believe we have some guests here to help us.
You do.
Is that right?
Yes.
Rick, I'll
We
turn it
have
over
brought
to you.
Peyton and Caroline are with us today, and we're going to ask everybody to stand, and you girls, if you'll lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, ladies. It's always a pleasure to have our students with us. Very as well. Appreciate you coming today. All right, next up. Let's see, we have our consent agenda. So everyone's had an opportunity to read meetings from our March 21st, 25th retreat, as well as our 29th call meeting. Now a motion to accept consent agenda.
So moved.
First, do I have a second? Second. We have a first and a second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the motion carries. Okay, recognitions. Dr. Frazier, quite a list.
All right, good evening, everyone. This is always one of our most exciting times of our meeting. And so we will start with our recognitions, and we will start with our students of the month, and we will do our staff of the month. So I would ask Ms. Brick if she will come share her students and staff of the month, and then Dr. Daniel will share his.
So, for April, we have a student of the month in kindergarten, and that kindergartner is Anderson Sweeten. His teachers report that he is kind and helpful and a hardworking student and always encourages others to do their best. And then in first grade, our student of the month is Isabel Forley. Her teachers report that she is very helpful, respectful, hardworking, kind to everyone, and honest. And she's the sweetest girl, they say. Our teacher of the month actually is also from kindergarten, and that is Chrissy Van McGraw. Her colleagues say that she teaches her heart out every day. She makes sure every student is working to their highest potential. Her inclusion classroom is consistent, it's structured and organized, and this provides an optimal environment to work with Ms. Davis, her special ed teacher, to meet the diverse needs of all learners.
All right, good evening. So at West Point Middle and High School, we have a policy where we're recognizing students on the weekly. So our students recognized over the last month are Tyler Eversole. Tyler's teachers report that he's always polite, pays attention during lessons, and participates in discussions, saying Tyler's always willing to help others in need. Whitney Rourke was recognized, and Whitney's teachers say that she's an exceptional student who's always excited to learn new things, helps her classmates when they are struggling, and always has a positive attitude. Ruby Vincent, Ruby Kate, teachers report that she's a dedicated student, participates in class regularly, and is not afraid to ask questions. Some other high school students, Jordan Stipp, Jordan's teachers say he's respectful, hardworking, kind, and an example for his peers. Mallory Billett was recognized, reporting that she puts 100% into everything she does, submits incredible work, and is always kind and helpful with her classmates. And finally, Daniel Garcia. Daniel's teachers report that he's friendly, speaks to everyone, and is always willing to help. So again, just the themes of being hardworking and willing to help your peers. The teacher of the month is new to West Point. His students, and again, teacher of the month is selected by students. So the teacher of the month is described by his students as being kind, funny, and very good with stressful environments. The teacher makes class fun, and the students say there's never a dull moment in class. The teacher is said to care about the students and makes class entertaining. And that is Mr. Tom Johnson, who is our new chemistry teacher. So very pleased to recognize those that staff member and those students.
Is there exciting to be able to celebrate and recognize our amazing students and our amazing faculty and staff here at West Point. So Dr. Hauser will come and she will recognize our Department of the Month.
Yes, so this month we are recognizing our transportation department, and this has been a great month to recognize transportation because we finally wrestled the reins out of Dr. Frazier's hands. And actually it was more like, please. And turned our transportation and safety over to Chris Walker. He's been a welcome addition to our leadership team. But as you guys know, we have a wonderful group of transportation providers, bus drivers, van drivers, car drivers. There is somebody on the road taking West Point students where they need to go at all times of the day. I learned that when Dr. Frazier was managing the situation. So those friends are able to have relationships with a lot of our kids because they see them first thing in the morning and they're the last ones to see them in the afternoon. So we just appreciate the relationships they build with families and the students and the fact that we can count on them to get people where they need to go. So this month we're recognizing transportation. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hauser.
Yes.
So next on our list, during the month of April, the week of the 10th through the 16th, we celebrate the week of the young child. On April 16th, we celebrated National Librarian Day. Public School Volunteer Week is April 16th through 22nd. Earth Day, April 22nd. School Bus Driver Appreciation Day is April 25th. Administrative Professionals Day, April 26th. April is also the month of the military child, Autism Awareness Month, and School Library Month. So we are just proud and pleased to be able to celebrate and recognize all of our students, our staff, and all of the great work that is done in all of these areas. So those are our recognitions for this month.
All right, next up we have a presentation. Like Ms. Carol, Catapult.
Yes.
Catapult, over to you.
Thank you. So today we are lucky to have our 4th grade math teacher, Ms. Carroll, and her 2 students, Peyton Roach and Caroline McCormick, and they're going to show us how flinging peeps relates to math and problem solving.
Hello, Peyton and Caroline and I are here to share with you a STEAM project that the 4th grade math students completed. For this project, we integrated math and engineering to help us explore measurement. Specifically, this was metric units of measurement for light.
For our projects, we designed catapults and launched marshmallow games. We made our projects out of items around our houses. I had lots of wood nails, plastic spoons, and paint on my house. I had a lot of boxes and yogurt cups.
Each student, they created their own designs, and they range from very simple to very complex.
I had to do a lot of tests for us to see what would hold the peak the best.
All right, we haven't practiced in this.
That's
room.
okay.
Tell your practice in this room. So tell them right up there. Sorry.
You're doing great.
Yes, y'all are doing amazing.
I had to do a lot of test runs to see what would hold the peak the best. I had to try a lot of new positions and spin to see what would launch the best. Our class launched the peeps on the basketball court on the back playground. We took turns launching, measuring how many meters and centimeters.
The kids made adjustments as needed, and they understood that catastrophic failures are sometimes part of the learning process.
Our class shared some thoughts about the project on the Jamboard. Here are some things we liked.
Now it's my turn, kids.
We got spilled here, people.
Oh, here we go. So this is a Jamboard, and after we did the project, these were some things that the students liked about the project. These are all the 4th graders, and Caroline and Peyton are going to just share a few that they liked.
One of our classmates said I enjoyed finding a way to build and decorate my catapult. Another one of our classmates said, I really really like to watch other people launch their catapult and how other people's catapults look. And our last classmate on this board said, I like making the project and spending time with my friends. And now here are some things we learned. I learned that a lot of people have engineering talent. I learned that there are many different types of talents ideas used for different results. I learned that there are 100 centimeters in a meter.
And
We like to understand our catapults. We're looking for 2 volunteers to help us launch Pete.
looking for 2 volunteers.
Oh.
We have one. Okay, Mrs. Stearns, I believe.
I've never
is
shared.
going to launch
Mr.
one. And Mr. Evans.
Mr. Jenkins, that's my dad.
As long as we're not together.
What are we doing?
We'll launch them, they go pretty far, we're gonna launch them this way.
Oh, really? Okay, I thought someone was going to launch something at me.
All right.
Am I sharing this? Oh, he's guys are.
Okay, so you're doing mine, sir.
Okay, this is,
So you put the Pete here and then you want
Are you
to
gonna show me how to do it?
Okay, ready?
Well, for the
Oh, I
audience.
got this.
All right, yeah, let's launch them out then.
Okay. We have a stale Pete from not Pete.
does that make him go further?
Yes.
Farther?
Are y'all gonna demonstrate for us now?
You guys.
I'll say you demonstrate first. Okay. Okay.
Yeah! Get it in slow-mo.
Okay. Okay, and then fling it off.
We have
All right,
another
got it.
Pete.
Alright.
Then we
hold
shot.
Alright, wait, let's do it at the same time. Let's
It
do
won't
it.
break?
Miss Harvey forgot to
Okay.
measure that one.
All right.
We're going to measure this one in meters.
Oh, you want to measure it?
Whoa.
Someone give us a countdown.
3, 2,
Oh, sorry.
1.
Oh! First one went
I
to.
won.
Now,
Just broke the spoon.
then we would measure
What
them
did they do the
with
first
me.
time?
You went in alphabet.
I was gonna tell you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so
We're
not
gonna be here all
all.
night.
Oh!
That was a backwards one.
Are you backwards? No.
Yeah, you just go. I'm having problems.
I know.
Let's see.
Oh!
There we go.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right, we'll retrieve them. Thank you for giving us the time to share our moments with you.
Thanks for the interaction.
Do not eat these peas.
Very good. I mean, I would eat pizza anyway. That was fun.
That was great.
Claire. I'm just having
Good job.
I just question if y'all are truly in 4th grade because you present well above that.
Yes, very good. Excellent job.
Excellent job. And we thank you for sharing that with us.
Good job, Stephen Carroll, as well.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you. So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anticlimactic here.
That's the finale.
So we've got a few items under study. We've got some policy updates, some summer board meeting times. Is this anything we want to discuss now, or is this?
So the policies, board members had the policies, for last month.
Right.
I've not received any policy questions. So if board members are prepared to move policies to an action item, we can. If we want to hold back another month, we can also do that as well.
I actually did have some questions. I'm sorry. I didn't
All right. We can keep that under study.
Okay.
That's why it's here, right? Under study.
So I would just ask for policy questions, if you all could just submit those to me so I can make sure I do the appropriate research to make sure, any laws or state regulations or anything that would change, I would just appreciate you send those to me.
All right. Next, action items.
So, on
Oh,
summer board meeting.
I thought we were gonna keep that under study as well.
So-
we do wanna talk about that.
We do want to talk about that. So in our January meeting, we did say that we would bring our summer meeting times up, at our April meeting. So we put it under study, but if we are prepared to set times, so we can do that tonight, or we can wait until May. Or have any discussion that board members desire.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was one of the ones that raised some concerns with it, and I've actually since had conversations with some staff, and some of my concerns weren't shared by staff, so, based off of that, I'm fine with adjusting it up to be accommodating to previously presented timeframes, later timeframe or the summer.
Yeah, my
If this
position
works.
remains that we should have the same meeting time consistently all year long. People's work schedules don't change. We rarely have, during the summer, we would have many teachers here, they would really be working anyway, so I think for community's sake and parents' sake, we should have a 6 o'clock meeting consistently all year.
Is this something you need a decision on, or is this?
Good action.
We do not have to make a decision tonight, but at our meeting, we will need to make a decision, because we'll be looking at, if we're changing meeting times for June, and it's really June and July, maybe August, depending on when it falls. We will need to make a decision at our meeting, unless folks are prepared to meet.
I move we move it to an action item. Make a motion that we move it to an action item.
All right, we have a motion to move the, summer board meeting times to an action item. Do we have a second?
A second.
Second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose, motion carries. We now have the summer board meeting times as an action item for tonight. Any other questions or discussion? Dr. Frazier, it impacts you and your staff the most. Do you have a preference over a summer meeting time?
Because I've talked about it with our leadership team, and we are okay either way. I would ask, as we did tonight, that if we know in advance that we need to have a closed session, that we do that before the meeting. I think that can be helpful.
We don't have to take action then if we're not changing our meeting times, correct? Or,
So I believe that the meetings were originally scheduled for the 3 o'clock or the 4 o'clock time. So we do need to go on record and change the meetings to 6 o'clock.
no, I thought we were just gonna table it to that for those times.
I think what the calendar that was proposed.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, we'll entertain motions for summer meeting times. So we're just talking about those 3 months.
Right.
I move that we meet at 6 o'clock, second Tuesday during the summer months.
Third Tuesday.
Third.
I'm sorry, third Tuesday, third Tuesday
That's the closed session.
with a clip. Well, yeah, that's,
I mean,
I don't think we have to have a motion for
no,
closed
yeah, I
session part,
probably
right?
just, as long as we acknowledge we're making efforts.
Yes.
And that would be for July, for June, July, not August, because we will be back in school.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, we have a motion to keep June and July meetings at 6 PM at our normal time. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
our calendars to reflect that.
All right, now we are on to action items. First up, we consider approving our expenditures and receive our revenue reports. Are there any questions about the expenses and revenue reports? If not, do I have a motion to approve the expenditures and receive our revenue reports?
So moved.
We have a first, we have a second.
Second.
We have a second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Also, we need to consider approving our cafeteria expenditures. Any questions on those? If not, we have a motion to approve our cafeteria expenditures.
So moved.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, please say aye. All that opposed, motion carries. We have personnel recommendations. There's a desire to go back into close.
So the request that I would have is that we approve the personnel report as presented, if that's the desire of the board, and then we approve the recommendation for reappointment.
Reappointments, okay. So you want to do those.
I would like to do those separately.
Okay. So appointments and reappointments. Is that how you want to break it up? Yeah, okay. So do we have a motion to approve, section A, just our appointments? Looks like there's just two supplemental assignments.
So moved.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Second and a third. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. All that oppose, motion carries for the appointments. Next, we have our reappointments. And just before you, we have a motion to accept the reappointments as presented.
So moved.
We have a first, we have a second.
Second.
Second, any other discussion? If not, all in favor, please say aye. All that oppose, motion carries. Next, we have one donation to accept. Do I have a motion to accept that donation?
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second. I don't know which one that is.
Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, please say aye. All that oppose, motion carries. We have our special education plan, which was presented at the last meeting. We've had time to review. Are there any questions? And if not, do I have a motion to approve the 2023-2024 special education annual plan?
So moved.
We have a first, do I have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, please say aye. All that oppose, motion carries.
Good job, Ms. Roach, on your first annual plan.
There you go, got it approved. Next, we have the Perkins plan, the 2023-24 Perkins plan, the CTE Perkins plan, which I believe we reviewed it. It was under study last meeting as well. So if there are no questions, to have a motion to approve the 2023-24 CTE Perkins plan.
So moved.
We have a first, we have a second.
Second.
We have a second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All that oppose, motion carries. Informational items, anything?
So you have several informational items in your packet, but also at your seats, you have some information to follow up from our school board retreat. Those items include the presentation that was provided to board members by Dr. Foreman, as well as a copy of the current strategic plan. You also have the school board code of conduct that we agreed to earlier this year, and you had a copy of a draft communications plan based on the conversations that we had during the retreat. So those things are for your information. And at some point we can look at if we want to formally adopt the communication plan. But we don't need to do that tonight. I just want folks to be able to have some time to look over that and read that as that is a first draft.
All right, delegations, Ms. Keely, any delegation? All right. So see, our next meetings are our future agenda items. We have Summer Academy, consolidated application, and type 3. And our next meeting date will be May 16th, 6 p.m. Anything else from the board?
Also at our May meeting, we will do a safety update. And I know Mr. Evans reached out about some other updates. We will be able to provide that timeline for the roofing project, which will contract has been signed and submitted, and so the roof project will begin the first week in June. They will start bringing items to the school campus that last week in May. As when students will be gone, but staff will be here, so they'll start bringing items. We still have not received our facility study. I emailed them again on last Thursday after Mr. Evans and I were in a meeting together. So those are just some other updates. But as soon as I receive information, I will provide that to the board.
Thank you.
Did they get back to you about the facility study, like the timeline or no?
This last email, no, they did not. But I also, as I shared with Mr. Evans last week, we also have not paid anything yet, so, but they are doing a service, but we have not, no checks have been gone,
They sent us a bill.
So, but I will stay on. But I know that since so many school divisions had school construction funds, everybody's working on the same thing at one time. I would have preferred them to just say it was gonna be the summer.
Yeah.
And not give me a timeline that was.
They said March, didn't they?
And then I had board members thinking, that I'm holding out on them, so, but I will have that conversation.
All right, anything else? If not, we have a motion to adjourn.